There is a legend oft told in Hyrule Kingdom. It is the legend of the Triforce, once kept within Hyrule itself. Said to be a gift of the gods, the Triforce could grant a wish of all those who touched it. So of course, many wanted to get their hands on it. Wars were fought for the Triforce. The royal family summoned the 7 sages, who sealed the Triforce in the sacred realm. But a thief of notorious repute broke into the sacred realm and claimed the Triforce. With its power, he became the Demon King Ganon, who sought to dominate all Hyrule. But just as Ganon had the kingdom in his evil clutches, a legendary hero answered the call of Hyrule's princess. And this hero, wielding the Master Sword, took up a quest to challenge Ganon's might. He joined with the descendants of the 7 sages to seal the Demon King in darkness. The Triforce was divided into 3, its tempting powers out of any one person's reach. One part stayed with the royal family, while another slipped into Ganon's possession. Legend says that the 3rd part found its home in the heart of the hero eternal. And while legends come to us from the distant past, others have yet to be written. Hello everybody, and welcome to The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. Without further ado, let's jump on into the game and get started. Hey, Link! Huh? Still sleeping? Come on, how long are you going to sleep, Link? Do I have to wake you up every morning? I have chores to do. I'll be waiting outside, so get up and let's get going. Papa was real angry. He said you can't be a blacksmith if you don't get up at the crack of dawn. Alright everybody, so now we're actually immersed into the gameplay for about 5 seconds when we walk outside. So it's pretty simple stuff. You can walk around, pick up pots and stuff like that, and then throw it around. Pretty simple. Now, I'll probably have to explain a few things, like I will have a cutscene window, and I'll have usually what you see on screen right now is the bottom screen and the top screen on one screen. And then I'll move them interchangeably when I need to use the bottom screen for anything. But let's get out of here and move on with cutscenes. Papa is steaming mad that you're late again. Come on, let's get to a shop. Yeah, okay, let's go. What are you, a wall or something? Jeez. Oh, almost forgot. Don't forget to check in here. Well, what's this? What do you mean, where? With the weather vane here, always give that a spin when you pass by. That lets you save. Papa says you should always do that. I'm not really sure what saving is. I'm just a kid. Nobody tells me anything. Anyways, I'm gonna run on ahead. Catch up after you spin that vane, Link. Now, here's the thing with the vane. This is your save point. You're gonna have to save on this regardless. But the thing about it is, when you actually try to do this without saving, like you want to leave, sorry, you gotta spin the vane. You don't want my papa finding out that you didn't save properly. So you actually have to spin it and save. Now, these are very important. When you see one of these veins around Hyrule, make sure you actually click it because it's very important. Alright. And you have to save for the first time. So if I screw up this recording and I have to record it again, that means I have to erase my entire save file. Ugh. Yeah. The problems of doing a live Let's Play. Alright, let's move on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to follow Goalie. Now, one thing I would like to talk about is this is actually a sequel to my favorite Zelda game of all time, A Link to the Past. And there's a lot of parallels that this game throws at you that were in A Link to the Past, but I'm going to try not to harp on it as much and focus more generally on this game. Maybe mention a thing here or there every once in a while. You better head inside. My papa's waiting, Link. Alright, Goalie, whatever. It's always annoying when you have to deal with something like that, so whatever. Alright, so tell me how that shield suits you, Captain. Oh, jeez. Here we come. It's gonna start. I'm gonna mispronounce words. I'm horrible at this. Superb work as always, but I expected nothing less from a master. I do what I can, Captain. Also helps I have a good source of ore. That shield's tougher than ever now. I wouldn't trust my gear with anyone else. No one can bring the best out of a sword quite like you. So if you'll excuse me, it's that time I forge ahead. Busy day. Oh, who's this? Well, if it isn't Link. Slept late again. Are you sure you're cut out to be a blacksmith? It's not my business to say, but you better mind your ways, lad. There's no future in being a layabout. I'm gonna be a adventurer. What? Nothing. Late again? Well, come on, get over here. Time to get to work, Link. Oh my. The captain left without taking his new sword. What? He's gone off unarmed. Lucky you. Instead of getting an earful, you've got an errand, Link. Take that sword and hurry after the captain. Alright. Let's pick up the sword. Alright, so now we gotta go deliver the sword. Hurry, run after that captain. What now? Don't you know where to go? Where else? He's gotta be headed to Hyrule Castle. You still groggy? Fine, look, I marked it on your map, so get a move on. So yeah, so instances in like this, I'll just switch to the lower screen so you can actually see where to go. And this will happen every once in a while, so you don't have to worry about it switching too often. So we'll focus mainly on the larger screen for most of this playthrough. Now, there's some extra dialogue you can get from her. She's basically saying if you don't got any breakfast, she'll give you some later on. And yeah, don't worry about her husband. Alright then, let's move on. Huh? You done already? You got off easy or something? Yeah, well, I gotta go deliver a sword, so why not? You gotta say, intros like this in the game aren't that bad, and I'll go in a little more details why I like this game better than most of the other Zelda games recently. Morning, Link. What brings you here so early? Delivery for the captain? He's not at the castle. I know he's headed to your master's shop. Oh, you bumped into him there? Well, I know he was planning on visiting the sanctuary. He probably got hung up there. I hope he comes back soon. We've had an outbreak of vandalism all over the walls. Paintings everywhere. Anyways, if you need to find him, I'd say head north of the castle. That's where the sanctuary is. That way is a shortcut. Thank you. So this is another parallel that I'd like to mention, is the actual map in the game. If you kind of do an overlay of the map from A Link to the Past, it's almost a one-to-one map. Things have changed, but for the most part, most marks on your map are almost exactly the same. I really like that touch that they added in this game. Then again, it's a sequel that takes place hundreds of years later. Weather Vane! Yeah, Weather Vane. Nope, not saving. Never save. Oh, look who's here. Welcome to the sanctuary, Link. Eager as ever, aren't you? Is there something I can help you with? Captain left the sword. I need to deliver it to him. I see. You're looking for the captain? Well, you're at the right place. He came to see my father. The captain forgot his sword? Oh, how unlike him to be so careless. I can't do girl voices, by the way. I'm just bad at it. Just a moment. I'll fetch him for you. Coming and going. The captain stops by here more than anyone. You think he wants to yak with the priest? No, sir. Just making excuses to see Ceres there. She hasn't got a clue either, but I suppose that's what's so lovely about Ceres. Carefree as a bird. But old Dompe sees more than people think. Like those paintings on the castle wall this morning. There's trouble brew. Oh, speaking about trouble. What's happening in there? The doors are shut tight. I can't get them open. What can we do? That was Ceres crying out. Dempe doesn't have a key. Dempe just digs the graves around. God, that was horrible. Wait, Dempe remembers. Dempe once heard the priest talking about a secret way into the sanctuary, hid right in my graveyard. Also, Dempe likes to speak in third person a lot for whatever reason. Bad luck. Dempe thinks messing around with graves. Worse luck going underground. But you do it. If you get scared, just swing your sword around. What sword? That sword you got there. Dempe heard you said it belonged to the captain, but who cares? But it's for delivery. Forget that. Get swinging the sword. You're right. And now we got a sword. Use that sword if you run into trouble. Dempe would help, but these old bones are falling apart as it is, so go find the secret passage. It's got to be hidden somewhere in the graveyard. Jeez, thanks, Dompe. Alright, so now we actually got a sword. So, sword, you can basically do a charge spin attack by holding the button or attack, which is our B button, and you can also just swing around, and if you actually charge it, if you walk into things, you can do a stab motion, like this. And that's about it. Now, we gotta find the place where it could be. Now, since you have a sword, what can you cut down? Trees. What's blocking this grave? Trees. Yeah, if it wasn't pretty obvious, it's obvious now. Let's head on inside. Okay, so now we're actually in the grave, but it's dark and apparently pots are blocking our way. But soon, we got our first item of the game, a lamp. And this is another parallel to A Link to the Past. So we want to go into our item menu and equip it to Y. There we go. Now, the thing about this particular playthrough that I would like to mention as we're going through, I'm playing it on hero mode, so that means that the enemies are actually going to do double damage, so I might die, or I might not. I'm trying not to die if I can. So, if enemies somehow are doing more damage in my game than opposed to anybody that would be playing along with me, it's because of that very reason. So let's continue on forward. Now, This area is very easy to die in when you first come in, especially in hero mode. Since you're walking around in the dark, you can get screwed up. Now, in that box just there, we actually got rupees. For anybody that doesn't play Zelda games, as you can see, that was a lot of damage. In Zelda games, rupees are a currency. We're going to be using it later on to buy various items that we're going to need. In particular, we're going to need a lot. And as you can see by the bottom screen, you actually get up to 4 digits in your rupees, meaning the max amount of rupees you can actually get in this game is 9,999. And trust me when I say you're going to need that amount of rupees later on. And there are easy ways to get rupees early on, but for right now, we don't really need to worry about them too much. Maybe for mini games and stuff. Alright, so now we got a small key, and we can actually head back to that area with the locked door. This is pretty easy for a starter dungeon, but once we go through this door, get ready for a pseudo mini-boss. We got these ghosts in the dark. These are Genies. You can actually take them out with 2 sword swings or a charged spin attack. If I can get this guy. Hey. There we go, and that was pretty simple. Actually, in a failed attempt of this recording, I actually killed all of them in one strike. I don't know why. Speaking about enemies, sort of a mini-boss. These are Genies. Genies are ghosts, and I just killed all of them in one shot. Never mind. Alright, so we got this door here, and we have 2 switches in order to open it. Now, anybody that played A Link to the Past, there's one parallel I like to point out here. In A Link to the Past, in order to open a switch to get into the sanctuary, you would have to pull the right switch. In this game, it's actually the left. That's kind of annoying, especially those that have played A Link to the Past, like myself, actually open up that switch right there and then got snakes or ropes rained upon them. Stupid, I know. Alright, let's finish this and let's move on to the sanctuary. What do you want with Ceres? I swear if you hurt my daughter. And what sort of fiend dares to defile the sanctuary in this manner? A fiend? How easily you stoop to petty insults. My name is Yuga, and I have come here seeking nothing less than perfection. And you, my dear, are perfection. How can you stand here being so lovely, surrounded by these filthy fools? I will put you on a pedestal, or rather upon a wall, perfect forever. And with his dark magic, he turns her into a painting. Okay. Well, great. As I suspected, you're even lovelier as a painting. I think her grace will be most pleased. Oh, what have we here? Another worm comes wriggling in? How did you get in the sanctuary, Link? Run, child! Why do you just stand there? Run! Not even the captain stood a chance against him. I believe this worm here wishes to tangle with me. Come on then, wriggle, wriggle, little worm. Crap. And now we're knocked out. No, Link! You think you can challenge me? Why, I'm the portrait of perfection. While all of you merely scribbles and squiggles, the very sight of you offends my eyes. Still, I'll be leaving this ugly world soon enough. Gah, out of my way! Not even that captain of yours could stand against my might. For all of his spit and polish, he made for but a crude doodle on the wall, a waste of my magic. Farewell, fools. I'm off to acquire what little perfection I can find in this gaudy world of yours. No, don't take my Ceres. We must warn Princess Zelda.